You saw yourself winning it, you saw yourself with the trophy. How does it feel to see the dream come true?
Do you know what? It's pretty hard to put in words at the minute. It's no sank in. I mean, I've just been through a hell of a fight, a war there, you know. So it's what I've achieved there is it's no sank in. I mean, I've visualised this for so long. Ever since my name got put forward for this tournament, I've just visualised winning it and lifting this trophy and all these belts so many times over in my head. So it's just a huge relief off my own shoulders, and it's hard to put into words at the minute. It's just I feel like I'm just on cloud nine. I'm on cloud nine.
You call it a war. You talk us through it. How tough was this war?
Pretty easy. Walk in the park. Thank you. Go another 12 rounds. Where's the seconds out referee? I'm ready to go 12 rounds again. No, that was a great fight. You know, it was, the face says it always a hard fight, but at times I think it was more. I got caught with the head a few times with the eye. It was more head clashes, so it made it harder because from about halfway from about round 8, round 9. I could hardly see out this eye because of swelling, so I started getting caught with like left hands and stuff because I couldn't see anything coming. It was just completely shut up, so it was hard to see anything coming from the side. So the last 2 rounds I was just sort of fighting on instinct and with one eye really. So yeah, all tactics went out the window for the last 2.5 rounds, and I just used my heart and determination.
And Regis said in the ring, you were the right winner. Were you surprised to hear those words?
No, I thought I won the fight. You know, I thought it was close. Don't get us wrong, it was definitely close, but I thought I won the fight. I thought I just edged it by a couple of rounds. I thought I was ahead halfway through, and then I sort of kind of took my foot off the gas and started trying to march him down and neglected my boxing a little bit for a couple of rounds, and he nicked a couple of the middle rounds. But I knew I was getting on top of him. I was finishing the rounds very strong, so I knew I had won it. But there's always that question at the end of the fight. You never know what the judges is going to say. So I was a bit nervous because I wanted it so much.
And what was Regis as tough as expected, or how do you see his performance?
Yes, definitely. He is definitely a worthy champion. He was very good. He was hard to nail clean. He had very good head movement and timing, and a good chin as well. Because I hit him a couple of times, and you know he never moved. So worthy champion and great opponent. And he definitely lived up to his reputation, his power. He definitely had heavy hands as well. So all respect to Regis, and I wish him all the best and a safe journey back home to America.
Thanks, Josh. Keller, how did you see this final?
I think we saw what the World Boxing Super Series sets out to do, is to deliver the best against the best, and once again we've seen an absolute barnstormer. I mean, a fight, not only a great fight, but a great fight on such a level. You know, start with Regis. I mean, he had a very quick start. I had him winning, I think it was 3 of the first 4. He was quick out the blocks, in and out. He made Josh a little bit too much box what he wanted, how he wanted him to box in the first 3-4 rounds. Incredible head movement from Prograis, I've got to say. I saw that tonight. He stepped up that level in opponent, and he really came out right. That head movement from Regis was spectacular. I think Josh then came very strong into the fight and absolutely took the wind out of his sails. Especially the hooks, the left and the right hook landed very, very cleanly, very often. The punches that were landing a lot to the body on Josh. In the first few rounds they stopped, and the wind seemed to go until, you know, it's one of those moments when the eye went, and it was definitely some sort of it was a rubbing of the heads. It was nothing intentional, and that moment he saw his opportunity to come on strong, and credit to Regis Prograis, he really gave it everything through the kitchen sink at him in the last couple of rounds. But I had Josh up by 2 rounds. Although it's always difficult to score it, as they say. And you know, it's just a pleasure to be involved with. You know, it's so many great fights we've seen out the series, and tonight is yet another one, and I think it's going to go down in the history books. This fight, it's really is something special, and I think Regis Prograis will come back very strongly, but the best super lightweight in the world, like I said before, first season, Alexander Usyk, Callum Smith, and now we know the best super lightweight on the planet, bar none, no questions asked, is Josh.
Yes.
Taylor. And that's what we seek to do. That's what the Arnie Trophy is. We're not trying to be another belt or something, we just seek clarity in the sport, and then that's what this represents. So, in a week when there's been a few interesting additions to world boxing in terms of merits and championships, we try to bring a little bit of clarity back into the sport.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shane, you were in the final last year with George Groves.
Yeah.
This time you got your fighter's hands on the trophy. How does that feel?
Oh, amazing, amazing. This camp hasn't been the easiest camp. You know, Josh has lost his father-in-law, my sister passed away as well. The two of us brought us, in really tough times, brought us together, you know, and in those rounds, they were tough rounds, he dug in, and he put it the easiest fight in the world. And as Khaled said, this is the Muhammad Ali Trophy. He was renowned for his fights with Joe Frazier, George Foreman, and I think that really lived up to an unbelievable fight. When Josh started getting momentum, Regis came back, and Regis got momentum, Josh turned it around, and it was just back and forth. I had Josh winning by 2 rounds, but what a fight, and unbelievably get our hands on the trophy. You know, he's been with me since he was an amateur. Terry McCormack done a fantastic job as an amateur. He did everything, and then he's come down to London, and he's just his 16th fight. He's a unified world champion. He's got the Muhammad Ali trophy. He's the best fighter in the world.
Yeah, Barry.
Just to reiterate what Shane said, I mean, all this time Josh Taylor, I knew he was special. We moved very aggressively with him because we knew what he was capable of. When Kala and Nissa came along with the World Boxing Super Series, we were #1 for Jose Ramirez, but we gave that up to go and box in this tournament, and that was the right decision. 16 professional fights, so he's a sensational kid, and he's getting better. He had to fight this time. What he done was he took the fight to Prograis. He made him, he fought his type of fight, and he still came out on top. His eye was bruised and so bad he couldn't see for 3 months, and he showed the sort of tenacity and courage that only the great fighters show. So he was exceptional. We were very grateful to Kala and the WBSS to give us this opportunity, tremendous opportunity for Josh. And you know, it's onwards and upwards. And Shane I'm so proud of this young man. He's had a lot to deal with my daughter, and we've all had a very sad year. Josh, Danielle, who's at the back there, we've all had a very upsetting year from a personal point of view. But he's showed great determination, and he's an exceptional talent. And I believe he'll go on and do greater things. I hope we can get Ramirez, because I think he beats him too.
Thanks, Barry. Let's take a few questions.
Josh, how does it feel to be Scotland's first Ring Magazine junior welterweight champion?
Do you know what? I just don't know. Looking at this, it doesn't feel real yet. It definitely hasn't sunk in. I visualised it I've visualised it for so long, and I haven't quite. It hasn't quite sunk in yet. It'll be for another couple of days when I sit back and relax, and I sit back in the house with my girlfriend, and this will be the first furniture we have in the new house. So we'll sit and look at these with no couch, no bed, no TV, and all these belts. So that's when it will sink in, and I'm over the moon. I mean, it's hard to put in words at the minute. So I think in a couple of days it will start sinking in, and it's just unbelievable that I've done this. I'm so proud of the fact that everybody's come down here to, not just Scottish fans, but everybody, the travelling support, have come from all over the country to support me and come out in numbers, and all the messages on social media and everything. It's just been overwhelming of people from all over the country wishing me luck, and messages from former opponents. Victor Postel even messaged me yesterday as well, so thanks to him as well. So everybody's just been messaging me, and it's just been overwhelming. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and hopefully this journey just continues longer and keeps going.
You've got a geographical connection, obviously, to Ken Buchanan. You're the first Scotsman to unify world titles since 1971. Is that kind of history important? I mean, and that's almost half a century. It's incredible.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable. I can't wait to actually get back and go and see Kenny. I've not seen him for a wee while. He comes into my amateur gym often, a lot at the time. He comes into the gym, Lock End, so it'll be good to go back and see him and give him the belts and say, look, I've done this for you, here we go, I'm just like you, champ.
Make sure and take the ring one and send me a picture.
I will do, I'll see him.
Congratulations, guys.
I can't believe it, I'm so happy at the minute.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
Josh, how anxious were you when the result was read out at the end?
Do you know, I was nervous because you just don't know what the judges are going to say or how they've scored it. I thought that I had won it by maybe 2 rounds, maybe 2 or 3 rounds. I thought I was slightly ahead, but you never know, and because there was so much at stake, I was slightly nervous. So when they said from the Fighting Pride of Scotland, it was just the house came crashing down on me. It was just a huge relief and just overwhelmed with emotion. It's just that I can't believe it. I'm so proud of myself. I can't believe I've done it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and happy to all my team and everybody that's believed in me from the start. I never believed I would do this so quickly. And I've only been pro about 4 years, just turned 4 years, and unified champion. It's unbelievable.